If you have watched my videos before, you probably might know that I'm in love with this one index, which is MSCI World Equal Weighted Index. What I want to just quickly discuss in this video is quickly the valuation of going with MSCI World, the Equal Weighted Index, right? In one of my previous videos where I've discussed about how to reduce the home country bias, right? Where if you are in India, uh, all your mutual funds are in Indian companies, right? Like you have exposure to the Indian companies. To diversify away from India, you might choose S&P 500, which is the US market. Then to reduce that exposure, maybe you might go into MSCI World. Again, the problem is it has heavy exposure to the US market. Then probably you might think about ACWI, which is the all country world index, which gets you into even more markets, right? Even emerging markets. Again, same problem as MSCI World, it has heavy exposure to the US market. To tackle the heavy exposure to the US market, you might come to MSCI World Equal Weighted, just changing the weightage, right? All these are market cap weighted, right? This will reduce your exposure to the US market by 60%, right? So basically, the exposure to the US market in the MSCI World Equal Weighted Index is 40%, right? So from S&P 500, which is 100% exposure, you're reducing it by 60% to 40%, right? In the equal weighted. So the interesting thing about choosing an equal weighted index is your valuation, the P ratio, automatically comes down just by changing the weighting scheme, right? Because all the top tech companies are now highly valued, right? Like Nvidia or Meta or all these top 5, top 10 tech companies, right? By choosing any of these market cap weighted, you're also increasing the valuation automatically of your fund, right? So as you can see here, compared to the S&P 500, like you can see that the purple color is like superbly lower compared to S&P 500, right? Even World ETF and MSCI World, they're lower, not as low as the equal weighted, right? So these two are lower compared to S&P 500 because you're diversifying across different markets, right? So automatically it comes down as well because it's gonna buy companies from different markets, right, which has a lower valuation. To put a number to it, right? So you can see the P ratios of these funds here, right? And and you can also see the price to sales ratio, like all these fundamental metrics that if you are interested in. So P ratio from 33, it comes down to 26. That's a massive reduction, right? When you just think about if you're someone who's like very valuation oriented, right? Maybe equal weighted, MSCI World equal weighted is something to think about if you want to reduce the single country exposure and also not have heavy exposure to the US market, and also interested in like the valuation, right? That we all know that valuation is something the expected returns when you have like a lower valuation is higher. I think that's something that everyone is quoting, that the research has been established on that topic, right? Where with MSCI World equal weighted, you're getting a very low valued fund because of the weighting scheme. I think that's it for this video. I just want to quickly showcase this interesting fact on the valuation when it comes to the MSCI World equal weighted. Thanks a lot for watching. I will see you with another fund soon. Thank you.